Hey guys, welcome back to another edged weapon review. Sorry it took so long. Man, you wouldn't believe the difficulty I had making this particular knife right here. Damn. Anyway, yeah, this video is about one of my all-time dream pocket knives. I have always wanted a RIZZUTO. Okay, ever since I saw it, I saw them in the movies, I saw them in some TV shows, and I have seen them in real life. But the ones that I have actually seen for sale when I was growing up were the Taiwan copies of the Korean copies of the Japanese copies of the actual Italian ones, right? Now, again, for the most part, I mean, if you guys are watching this video, you should know that the RIZZUTO Estiletto Milano, or Estiletto Milano, these right here are made primarily in Japan. Now, there are some that are made in Italy, but those are very, very rare. Okay, these that you're looking at now, again, I custom made this one. The blade is original. I custom made the actual handle here and the finger guards right there. Now this one here is all original except for the button. I mean, the button is original, but it's not for this particular knife right here. Now the thing with this is that when I bought it, it was missing the button on the safety, it was missing the bail, and it was missing the finger guards. So basically I made this one before, and I had all those parts on this one, except for, of course, the safety. Now the thing is that when I got this one here, it was in rough shape, like I tell you. So I took it apart, I put the original safety from this knife on this one, and I put the bail on here, and then I put the finger guards on here, and now it's all original again, except for, again, like you could see the color difference between the brass and the tin, or I don't know, like die cast or nickel, however you want to, call it. But for the most part, again, it's all original Japanese parts. It's all original on the Japanese knife. And again, it's a copy of the Italian Estilettos, or Milanos, RIZZUTOs, basically. And man, you have no idea how hard it is to find these damn knives. Okay, and well, basically, if you love these knives and you collect them, you know how hard it is. Let's put it that way, right? So after all these years, I found this one first, and it was in terrible, terrible shape. You would try to close it, and it would not close. It would lock closed, but the actual trigger that would make it lock, it was just trash, man. It was bad. Okay, so I spent a few years figuring out how to make a button to make it work original like this. I went the easy way, and I just put a lever lock on there instead. So let's look at this one. Again, aluminum handles, or scales if you want to call it. The spine of the knife is original, as well as the spring is to the blade. And the bolsters on the bottom are original as well. Okay, so opens with every time you pull that lever. Now let's get a good look here. So you can see the RIZZUTO Estileto Milano. Now these actual blades, these actual knives came out in the late 50s to the mid 60s, okay? And then I believe Korea started copying the Japanese in the mid 60s to late 70s, and then Taiwan got on board and started making copies of those. So yeah. But these are the ones that I actually wanted right here. The thing is, I made this particular handle. First I had it out of what is it, bone. I had it camel bone scales, and the damn thing just, man, it was a freaking nightmare. And my girlfriend named this knife the Knifelin. Okay, the Knifelin, as in there's gremlins in this knife, because every time I tried getting it just right, the peak of the blade would stick out all the time. And I'm like, oh man, you know, like that would piss me off. Again, this is the fifth or sixth handle that I made, okay? And I said, you know what, screw that shit, I'm done, I'm freaking finished. If this handle does not work the way it should, I'm done. I'm giving up, that's it, I'm throwing in the towel, you know, white flag, that's it, I surrender. So that's why it looks pretty messed up, you know, like it has like little scratches here. It looks like I just quickly put it together, but I was already on edge, like, oh man, this is like already the 5th or 6th time that I make this damn handle. So let's put this down, let's close this. And look at that. Look at that. It stays where it should, right? Let's try and get this to focus here. And you can see the tip of the knife sitting very evenly in the center, and it's deeply inside. And I've already fired this. You know, I had this already made for about a month, give or take, and I shot it out of the handle like more than 150 times, more than 200 times. And again, you see it right away. It just flips out quickly, fast, hard. A good lockup. So yes, I made this handle. I made these finger guards, and the reason why I made them look this particular way, let's see if I can get a good shot here. Okay. I'm not trying to copy the bat wing, the Japanese bat wing. I'm actually trying to copy the finger guards from the movie from the 1980s, Hellraiser. So that's why they look like that. And again, I could have done a better job, but I kind of like that rough look to it, because for the most part I am going to be carrying it around, and it will get scratched up. So eventually all this will be scratched up. Okay, but you can see I did put file work on the original spine of the knife, because let's look here as best as we can.
there was a lot of pitting, rust buildup that made little holes into the spine of the knife. So to cover that up, I put file work on it. But overall, it is one beautiful knife, and I'm very proud of this particular knife. Again, 5 or 6 times making this damn handle. And there you go. She is completely done. Now, for this particular one right here, I know some of you guys are like, oh my god, I just want to see this knife. This particular one. Okay, well, slide this down. You see that it does peek out a little bit. But again, all original. Let's see if I can get a good zoom in here or focus in on this. RIZZUTO Estileto Milano. Again, this is one of my all-time dream knives to own before I died. Okay, so this is a beautiful knife. Again, one of my favorite knives of all time. This is one of them right here. Now, again, I have to throw this in every automatic knife video. Yes, these are novelties for the most part, as far as certain things go. Here is a cold steel fin wolf, and here is a I guess you could call it a Spyderco, but it's not. It's a bird. So it's a Spyderco. It's a bird underneath the Spyderco logo, right? The company. So this is the cheaper bird style, and you can see this is also, but this one has, I believe, a stainless steel handle, and you can see that I carry this one everywhere, and you can see that it is all scratched up. This is my actual go-to for just about any use. And you again see the proof in the handle there. And if we kind of make the camera kind of focus in on the edge, you will see that the edge has little chips from me using it a lot. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there because I know a lot of people will say, oh man, you know, you shouldn't have, you know, you shouldn't EDC a switchblade. That's never a good thing. That's not a good idea, and blah, 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 blah. I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap. I love these knives. I love this knife right here, again, from the 1950s. And early to mid 1960s. I mean, that is freaking vintage. That is beautiful. I love them. I love these knives right here. Okay, so again, my favorite one right here. Just gorgeous. I love it to death. I mean, this knife is not going anywhere. I'm not selling it. I'm not trading it. This is my knife right here. Let's look on the inside. You can see how beautiful it is. Again, I did not do nothing to the knife except for add the safety button, the bail, and the finger guards. That's it. I did not do nothing to it. So it has a acrylic pearlistic handle. And let's close it. So the way to close these is by, again, holding the button down, and then you can close it. So for the most part, I had this knife for about a month and a half, probably. And I already did shoot or fire this knife well over 200 times. And that's as far as the blade peak has gotten. Okay, so a lot of people, oh, don't don't use the knife. Don't fire it too much, because if you do, the blade's gonna get worse and worse and worse. The tip of the, you know, the tip of the blade is gonna get worse and worse and worse. Well, again, you gotta understand, these are from the 1950s and 60s. They have been used a hell of a lot. And yeah, if I fired it well over 200 times, and that's as far as the blade peak goes, it's not as bad as people say. Just being honest. So yeah, love this freaking knife. My all-time, one of my all-time dream knives. And yes, there are better knives out there, but I don't give a damn. I don't care. I love this particular one, this style, the Japanese. Just amazing. I love it. I love it. I don't know what else to say. I mean, they're very good knives. They held up, you know, this long. And as for this one here, again, I made it. So again, well over 200 times probably. 150 times, give or take. And it's still, again, it fires great. It locks up great. I'll sit here, watch TV, and fire these damn knives. I love them. So the Knifelin finger guard from Hellraiser, or at least trying to make it look like Hellraiser. Just a beautiful, beautiful knife. And yes, I do carry this one just about EDC. At least this one particular more so than this one here. But yeah, this one I made it, and if anything goes wrong, I can make another one. But for right now, thank God, you know, this one does work. So again, no peeking. It's really sitting very well inside the handle. So if anybody, you know, is very determined, okay, you're determined to make the damn thing work the way it should, you will do like me. You will basically get it in your mindset that I'm not gonna freaking give up until, you know, until I reach my point, until I, you know, give up. But like this one here was the last straw, and I did it right on the money. I did it right on the mark. So very, very cool knife right here. A custom made RIZZUTO, and just perfect, man. Freaking awesome right there. So I don't know, maybe later on after this video somebody out there will copy this knife, but right now this is the only one in the world that I made this way. Up, hit the hit the table there. There you go. Kind of scratched up the table a little bit too. Well, maybe not the table, the paper. I'll show you. Scratch that up. But anyway, guys, that's about it. And if you're curious why the box is here, let's look inside the box. Let's move this, open this, and there you go. All the knives that eventually I will be talking about. And these two I made for my family. So they're not going to be here in a few months, I guess. They're not going to be here anymore. But I'll get into that later. This video, again, is for the RIZZUTO. And it's about to end. So, again, beautiful, beautiful knives. Japanese made from the late 1950s to mid 1960s. They are different styles of the RIZZUTOs. They do have the white handle. They have like ivory style white handle. They have black. They have red. They have blue. They have green. They have, again, the bat wings. Different finger guards, that's what I'm talking about. They have different sizes. They have step bolsters right here on top here. They have this one's like the 9-inch. This is like the 9-inch. There are 11 inches, I believe. I believe it's 11 inches or 12 inches. There are smaller ones than this one here. There's like a 4-inch, or I believe that would be the 7-inch. This one is the 8.5, 9-inch right here. This one, these two right here. Am I going to start a RIZZUTO collection? I would love to. I would absolutely love to. Can I? I doubt it very much. They are freaking expensive. Very expensive. The first one, this one here, I bought at the flea market, at my local flea market, for $12. Because again, when you would try to close it, it would close this way. Let's see if I can try and get it right. Okay, well, I'm gonna do it this way in my hand here. That's the way it would lock up. When you would have it closed, that's the way it would close. It was terrible, terrible. And I did not like that at all. So, I took off the trigger, I took apart the knife, and I started making the handles. Until I came with this one here. Or at least until I finished with that one there. So, yeah guys, I mean seriously, again, firing it over 200 times from when I bought the knife, and then, you know, firing it some more, and this is as bad as it gets. Yeah, I'm gonna keep firing it. I'm gonna keep enjoying this knife. No matter what the collectors out there say, oh my god, you shouldn't fire it at all because you're just, you know, making that worse. Yeah, doubtful, because I proved, well, for the most part, yeah, it's not true. I guess there's, again, it all depends on the quality control of the factory that made these particular production knives. It all depends on who made the knife and how sloppy they made the knife, right? So, and what, again, like the material that's in these knives. Again, this knife, when I first bought it, the trigger itself was rusted beyond repair. I could not fix it. So I had to come out with a creative way to make it fire, make it a automatic knife, a good one again. So I came out with, again, the lever, and there you go. Beautiful. But anyway guys, holy crap, 24 minutes talking about the RIZZUTO Estiletto Milano, the custom that I made here, and the original that I fixed up right here. So again, all-time favorite knives. I love these knives. I love these knives. I'm gonna say top 3 favorite knives in the entire world. For me, at least. Maybe top 2. Either way. Alright guys. Again, Ronin246 saying take care, stay safe, stay healthy, get healthy. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye.